Yes. What else? Excitement. Okay. Motion sickness. Any thrill seekers? Joy. Okay.
Ah, drives me crazy.
For sure. Relates to lead generation in real estate. Yep.
Sometimes, yeah, you get that.
Yep. Have a lot of anxiety sometimes. Any other relates to real estate with when it comes to lead generation?
When we first get the lead, it's like, oh my gosh, thing, and then we're like easily to where I didn't work so hard at it, and it doesn't feel as invigorating anymore because now times are like, if I tell myself, oh, they don't want to talk, that, that's all part. Yeah.
Yeah. Jenny, you got something too? Okay. Love it. So the thing that I see all of our team members and most struggle with. Who's seen this graph before? See what oh, Brady, why don't you explain what this means to the rest of us?
Start out and start generating.
I think the number one cause of burnout is them going through this cycle viciously, and it does carry a consistent business model. Real estate transactions are coming your way because some of us getting so excited when we're servicing clients, just like Brady said, things, appointments, setting up lender calls, inspections, we're negotiating appraisals, getting about what actually built that opportunity. And so and servicing clients is a really fine balance. How you're generating leads is going to 100% consistent closings and consistent business. So this is a actual store or Jeff Glover. Okay, Jeff, trainings from Jeff. Him and his team have built out a pretty amazing system. And he actually goes through line by line how his schedule is this every day of the week except Sunday. Every Monday through Saturday, this is what he does. From 8 a.m. to 12, he is only just doing lead generation. And instead of saying yes to closings in the morning so you can fund and record the inspections to go to in the morning, saying yes to buyer appointments in the morning, he leaves all of that for the afternoon. To have the right willpower to have lead generation is only in the mornings. Hour literally on this schedule alone. But I really want to, as we're going through one slide, just one thing that you can change, add, or edit to your business or improve. There's a lot of information that's going to be talked through. One or two things from every slide that you really want to focus on. So we'll go through this one by one. 7 a.m. he leaves a partner and role plays on his commute. 7:30 he has a with his accountability partner to determine what real estate goals are. He prepares his contact list for at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. he starts at break after an hour and a half, does another set of lead generation, lead follow-up, sets his schedule. He has a workout, lunch, or break. Then he starts his that's when he starts his closings, his administration, content execution. Then from 4 to 7, he's either appointments, knocking in a neighborhood. So he does this while I don't know, he probably travels of the year, and he does this every day to be able to sell 100. Okay. Which doing or that you want to really improve on? How are you time blocking your schedule? Does anybody have a schedule that mimics or have a when it comes to how they're lead generating in the mornings? Ben, what do you do?
Schedule, I get to the point where sometimes I ignore my calendar. Change my calendar, so I think we've got to stay true to the calendar if we're gonna stick with it. I used to do role play every morning. Got a role play partner, do that every morning. And I would actually jump into fall.
Nice. How do you guys think that just what are things you guys could actually take from the schedule to increase your blocks or calendar management? What are the one or two things you guys could adopt right now?
Thought it was.
Yeah. That too. Cameron, what were you about to say?
I was gonna say, I love that prep work, same thing that, because there's times. Spend half the time that we're gonna lead generate doing the prep work for it. It's funny, just a side note that. He's up right at 8 AM, right? He doesn't mind reaching out to those people that are after 9:45, he's doing his SO.
We might hear from a lot of people in our office that have 8 new expireds a day. If you guys, has anybody a daily schedule? What he'll do is he'll actually print the 10 expireds and he'll call through them 4 or 5 times, 8 to 9:30. And he'll just call, because a lot of you guys said you're looking for more leads. A really great lead sources or lead pipeline, right? A lot of it is expireds, FSBOs, and open house. Those are typically the ones that you can get. So that's this, but this was just so important to me about that roller coaster of how we consistency in our business and consistent. Really following a daily schedule of separating at least 2 to 3 hour generation, not lead follow-up, truly lead generate. Okay. Okay, so we are a huge trainer and 2 hours a week just on role play scripts and just great closing ratios for. So we're first going to start off with know your numbers, skills versus, and then close, what we can actually do to increase your come through. But first, know your numbers. Know why it's important to know your numbers. Can't know your numbers.
And there you need to improve.
Yes. Totally. Who here knows how many conversations you have last week? 2? Dials, so not even conversations. How many phone calls? Anybody know what they made last week? 25 dials. So not necessarily conversations, but dials. How many appointments? Anybody know? How's you going last week?
I don't know, probably 3.
3. Okay. So we're gonna go through the business when it comes to knowing your numbers for buyers and for, if you can be able to track, you could know in a day, if I make 20 dials, I'm gonna have stations, and I know from my experience and to appointments, it basically systemizes how to call, how much you have to prep in a day and in a week. 2 things too with lead generation and with just conversions in general. All of these facts every week, and we track this for you guys to individually track this as well. Through command and then just on paper even. If I have to wake up one day and I have 2 dials and I'm going to have probably 10 conversations, and it's going to show what percentages are for conversions every time. You need to know your list to sold percentage, average days on market, and for your buyers as well. Wise, your buy to sold percentage, average off topic, but as we're going into pitching your value as a buyer's agent, you should know how much your buyers are getting an average buy to sold percentage. So how much you're getting them off price and concessions as well. Okay. Here's a breakdown of what that last slide was. If you have 100 dials, you can have a 20% down. 25% of those conversations lead to appointments set. Percent of those are held, and it goes through and it get more and more data exactly where your conversion is. So you know every day, depending on if your goal is 10 transactions, how many conversations you need to have that's going to lead to active listings, listing pet. What you can do. Most of us are so focused on maybe the skill side of how many we're getting or how many people we're getting face to face to. Real estate is a contact game, is a contact sport, and it is a numbers game. So non-skills, anybody in this room, you can network, you can look professional when you show up to work, or where you have a great image online. You can documents are and what they mean. You can understand agency agreements. You can set aside personal time to be at the, you know exactly what you're doing. Skills are closing a buyer and signing a BBA, closing a value, asking great sales questions, building a database that only go to you for real estate, setting appointments. Anybody on the right, anybody can do anything, any of this. It takes time and it takes a lot of effort and the skill set. So right now, open houses is a huge one. As we see, you know, agreements go more public. By open houses are going to be an opportunity for any of us to be. I remember when I first started, probably the first 3 years of me starting real estate, open house every night and it was absolutely brutal, but you are able to work at an open house, meet people that are actually interested in real estate at open, just work away as if you're in the office. So there's so many opportunities to really grab more leads, because I know a few leads. Well, you can always pay for leads, but typically the best leads are when they can connect with you on a personal level. And that is through, I believe, door knocking and your SOI. Closing. Okay. Sales is so vital. The most amount of people, but then also being able to, when you have an opportunity, close. So says that our team, and I think it really differentiates ourselves from a lot of other agents, but the main thing that it is questions to the people you get in front of. Because us just word vomit and we just say what we have no idea truly if that's even in of what they're thinking of. So what talking right now with your leads, with your phone calls, with your appointments, a few questions that you've had great success with.
Find the motivation, what makes you want to sell such a great.
Makes you want to sell. Okay. What else? Who else are you getting opinions from? Why is that important, Tristan?
Concerns that you experienced that might make it harder or easier for you?
The
What are-
process. Okay. How clear are you on your buyer or seller motivations and goals? Such a great home, or why do you want to buy in this? Buy. So many times I see agents that are. We talked about this yesterday. People in the car industry will go to a car dealership. They'll go look at a car and say, "I want that car." and they say, oh, well, there has this features and these features. Let me show you this whole thing. Let me show you. And you just made that person who said, I want that car, because we didn't know when to shut up. And if you ask great, don't answer your own questions, and you need to be, they know what they want and they know exactly what they're looking for. And to go in and go into this whole spiel or we got to get really good at understanding what their type is and match and mirror that. Out of all these, is what past experiences or bias does your client have experience with a realtor? So one of them, tell me about the last time you sold a home or bought a home. About it, what didn't you like about it? And if they haven't, tell me about what their experience was. Because then I can exactly what they're coming from in terms of the market, friends or family perspective. And then I can really dig into what I need to do to set myself apart, or not even set myself apart, but to make sure they absolutely do this because they loved how their last agent communicated. And so it's now up to me to show how I can communicate even better with them. Articulate your clients, your value to your clients. I mean, this is so much more pertinent now. BBCs or BBAs. As we're going through BBAs, how clearly are we actually articulate because you are committing them to pay 3% up in, but now it's just discussed. And then how often are you prospects? So this was something Natalie brought. Follow up, we all hear that. Did you know 80% of sales reps let me back up. 10% of sales reps will follow up only 10%. Will stop following up before that 5th contact. 80% happen after the 5th and 12th contact. Talking about all these people hate me, they don't respond, I'm just blue text messages, and that's all that is. I'd be shocked at how many success stories from other agents are that finally respond, and it's just a huge blow up. Yeah, Tristan.
I'd say probably like 20 or 25 of my closed business. They've been really active, and then they stopped answering me, and the text threads, like, probably respond to, and then that 8th text they'll respond to.
For sure. That's a great, yeah. So when you're only following up once or twice or 3, you actually getting a lead to convert to you. Again, 80% of sales happen after the 5th to 12th contact. That's pretty crazy to hear. Okay, let's see what. Before, is there any other specific sales questions that you guys are running into when you're building a consistent line? What hiccups you're getting in objection handling? Any other specific question? Yeah. Look like? Yeah, so yeah, so these changes in the documents, broad sales training, we're actually niching down very specifically. So every Friday, we're calling, we're day 6 with partners about how to set an appointment with a referral, with an online lead, and with an deep diving into all of those for a few weeks, and then okay, now that you've set the appointment, rapport building. So that's what we're doing. And then also we have a competition right now that they pair up and about specific objections or issues. They'll win the competition this month. Okay. Any other questions with sales? Sales side.
I'd be curious to know the phone call into an in-person appointment. or know what I can. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I'd be curious just how people differentiate themselves from every other agent.
Yeah, love that. Who here has had meetings from phone calls? Yeah. Like to do? What's your script on the phone when you're doing? No, that's great. That's great. Thank you. Jenny, you just had your hand up? Okay.
That's not the fault. Just trying to get them to like open up a little bit. But we keep asking questions. Like, I had a guy, didn't want to talk or answer any questions at all, and he ended up having or living out a. So I was like, well, tell me about this. And he's like, you live here now, right? He's like, oh no. Like, well, tell me more about that. Like, what, rent it? Like, yeah, I bought that last year. Okay, well, where do you live now? Oh, I'm in American Fork. How long have you been at this American Fork after? Ask good questions consistently. Because I mean, they're not giving you any objection. Like, I don't know, not very interactive. So keep asking questions. Not interested. Find out information.
For sure. Motivation is the most important thing. Natalie, what do you like to do over the phones?
Well, I talked to him about how this is a process that has, so that you guys have tons of questions, and I would love to sit down with you so we can get to know you, so that I can understand your goals better and get on the same page to be able to move forward. But now, you just say, okay, by the way, every single real estate agent is gonna be required to create this agreement, but get together so that we can be, together, basically. And just, I think everyone has to do this.
Yeah.
So we might as well work with somebody that we really with or have,
Yeah, we're using in ours, our initial calls is talking changes are affecting the, and it's basically required now to meet agent before going and seeing a home. So we're mostly, for when we're setting buyer meetings, because just like Natalie said, you in order to show a home. So there's really no getting away. And yeah, so mainly I say, Cameron, when you're trying to differentiate yourself with, you can't do that over the phone. It's more long-winded you are over the phone to somebody who wants to get you off the phone. It does not work. Yeah.
first phone call. I ask that they won't buy or sell. Or that closing question I always ask is, will you be purchasing with a partner or by, once they let me know, then I ask what has come up that has you from purchasing. I like to, so that I can come to them in person and bring this.
Love that. Love that. Yeah, those are fast decision makers. Obviously, if you don't have both decisions, you're not going to be able to get the signed agreement at the end of the day. I haven't been able to see. Also, under they have on the phone. That's awesome. I love that. When you actually meet personally for us, how is probably 75% to 80% of our meetings with the client are questions. So our meetings are really trying to understand who these people are, what their long-term goals are, what bias or experiences they've decision makers and who they're getting other advice from, because you'd be shocked what we meet with that have a dad involved in money or in advice, and you don't get probably unless they do. Financing, if they're payment driven or if they're price driven, all of these things. We're trying to get all this information extracted 2 minutes to an hour, and then another 15 to 30 minutes in presentation. Okay. Tristan.
I feel like just the wire information is like time instead of being like, oh, if you'd like to meet today or tomorrow morning or afternoon, what time works better?
Totally. Would you like to meet? No or yes. Rather, hey, I have there. What would be best for you? So what we'll have on getting appointments scheduled. Okay, we're gonna move on here. Side of lead generation. Now, you want more leads. A lot of that touch with people in your CRM. We constantly improving this. I know Red Sign does Summer's team probably does as well, or Seasons team, but we are constantly trying to improve this and get as many get information from us so we're completely top of mind constantly. Constantly. So touch plans. So we do weekly email newsletters to our and then a specific one to our entire database gets an email from us every week with information about local events, things going on, market stats, information about a featured. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, so we're trying to decide if we want to do that. But REA talks a lot about having a specific one for the a conversation with her met face to face. And right now, this just goes out to everybody. We haven't unsubscribe rate from those that we haven't met yet. So personally, it goes out to everybody. So we do an Easter egg hunt. We do a pool party at Splash Sun. We do team, and then we do an ice skating rink for our top 200. So those are the big events we do for 4 to 6 micro events. Who here has done a micro event? Grady, Natalie, Kay. Venice. Okay, Ashton. So micro, you're gonna be curating a group of maybe people to come and do something that you love to do or that would attract as just a social fun thing. I don't know, 10 men between 25 and team. So we do a lot of shooting rent gun ranges, and they'll just invite friends. And it's not necessarily an event. It is truly just, hey, and I want to expand my network and I want to go and get in front of more people. We'll do a huge one is, there's the Plunge in Provo, or there's Ashton Ice in Pleasant Grove. We'll rent that out and you can fit 10 to 20 people an hour and in front of people and curating experience where they're remembering you and opportunity to get in front of them. And in real estate, you're actually inviting them to a curated event that you know they'll love to go to. Natalie's done desserts and designers, and what else have you done? Oh yeah, like a date chocolate and Lehigh. That's a really easy one for pedicures. Yeah, a lot of things you could do, but these are so much more important. You're getting people that know, love, trust you, and that are willing to refer you better. We try to have all of our agents do one every month. Okay. charity and service outreach. So this organization, they provide meals after for kids that are reliant on school meals. Database to come and pack those bags and also contribute financially. So reaching out once a year for that. A charity that does Thanksgiving meals. All of our clients come and it's pretty awesome. They come Thanksgiving meal from us and they go and actually have the opportunity to go deliver it to. So we do that every Thanksgiving. So think of and the needs of really hyper local organizations, your clients too. Good. 1 to 2 direct mail pieces. We do Thanksgiving cards. So every Thanksgiving we'll literally write out thank you notes to every single past client that's going to go out before. 2 to 3 top. Go take a little mini pumpkin to your clients in October, or you know, you could do clients we've done to school things for our clients as well. Alerts. So if a lot of you guys are using the MLS still for property alerts, coming from you, it's coming from the Utah Real Estate. So if you or any other CRM, their property alerts should be from you and something branded to you. Neighborhood alerts as well. This is just everything. You know, we're a non-disclosure state here in Utah, so we can't send out what active listings are going on in their neighborhood once a month. Social media direct messaging. Social media you may not have their phone numbers for, but reaching out to. And then how are you curating your top 200 or your whole database? Okay. Which of these things are you guys doing currently? Direct mail. What do you send, Kevin? Okay. For that,
Sensations, yeah.
sensations. Cool. Okay. What are things that you guys do through your touch plan? That's awesome. Love that. What is so far?
I'll encourage women that might enjoy coming and ladies that kind of gather to
Great. Yeah, getting in front of you is so vital. Okay. Anybody else? Great things that you guys in your touch plans that you've seen great success with. Love that. How often are you doing one? Okay. Awesome. So okay. Really, this is important parts is that they call it the 33 or 30. Dialing in exactly how often these clients are something from you, and all this. None of this is us calling and asking for business. It's constantly providing value. Realtor is probably calling, hey, are you ready to buy or sell yet? Gonna buy and sell, and that's what they're coming up with. When you have planned events or planned ads to be calling. So this month everybody knows that they need a refinance or they need to get into home now before again and the competition blows up. So that's what January, we're having a very specific goal. I have a goal to help 50 families this year. Who do you know, or can you help me with this goal? And looking to buy or sell. So that's the one time or two did to helping us achieve our real estate goal. And then every other month really is filled with reaching out for, that we're reaching out to them to invite to, or reviewing how their neighborhood's doing, what's the latest with their home equity. We're adding value. We're not asking for, we want to get face to face with them, see them at our events, and really, and they in turn will give us great. Yeah.
Currently, I do one newsletter.
Cool.
I'm not sure how to. Do twice. We have a filter that if someone wouldn't pay $1 for the email, I can't. I sell it, can't figure out what.
Why, theory, why wouldn't you send more?
Because once advice from somebody that I'm currently not.
What is the content of that other email? Is that like just like crappy content, or is it just your time?
My Monday morning, I usually ask.
That's awesome.
That's our business. Large portion.
Comes through newsletters.
What's that?
There's-
From our 36. Inundate them with more because I can't come up with that.
It's on, like, we'll highlight our social media channel. We'll always look at videos a lot quicker than they will on for just words. So we'll highlight those. We'll highlight specific events or areas that are going on, news, more community events that people want to see. And then we'll also have deals of the week as well. So when we see a builder come out or, investment opportunities for our clients, sending those out. But if you're having some, have you tested it with have you actually added just to see what happens?
Not sure, like I kind of building up this market. I've set it up to be all 4 personalities of this profile. Driven, so but I've never. I get the leads that are. We haven't met her. But when it's somebody that's like, we help them buy and sell a house, why subscribe, it's like, that's me. Now to get to them, they're not.
I'm not saying this is just what we do. This is just what we do because we have emails to be sorting through. We want to be more top of mind, and if that leads more unsubscribes, then we're what we're emailing. So everybody's different on that. Right now, and this is something at Mega Camp they talked about. They just said right now text 3 people to go link up, depending on how you feel about coffee, whatever. But how often are we actually to get in-face meetings that are just like quick 30-minute and just calling people and saying, hey, I was thinking about you. How are you? That's not real estate related. Because that's what's really going to drive your business is if you're trying individually, aside from spending 10 minutes talking on the phone. So you're building actual friendships, right? I know for me personally, I'll make it a goal for different women to anywhere. It doesn't matter. I'd be constantly building my database, and we're not talking about their lives. We're talking about my life, and then they'll ask me about real estate, but I'm not focusing on real estate. I'm going in there to build a relationship. Okay. Referrals. This is such an important part of our valuable part of our business. This stat, 90% of buyers said they would use their agent. 5% of sellers hired a referred agent. What does that? That means right after they close, these buyers, comes time to sell, they're using somebody that was referred to them. 35%. Okay. We talk about this a lot. How much money are you spending in your pre of new clients versus how much are you spending into referrals? Because you could be dumping tens of thousands in people you haven't or are wanting to get their information from business that's going to be delivering you more and more referrals and more value. So really, paid is based on how many problems you solve for your clients. So if you have a client that has a divorce, 8 kids that they're trying to sell or buy a new home for, are really concerned about interest rates in the market, have their lives easier, and that's how you're going to build absolute loyalty with your, is how good of a problem solver you are. And then create a standard level of service for single one of your clients. Communication, are you checking in with your clients daily, weekly? Once you put a file under contract, it goes through until closing. How often are we getting in front of past clients, right? Other than events, they're seeing our newsletter, you're calling them once a quarter. How often are you getting these people and reminding them that you're more family? But then curating experience, start to finish for all of your, actually, you know, most people will do a client intake form, their birthday, their current address, where they work, their favorite drink, their favorite treat, everything. We get they go under contract. So then during the contract process, just from us that are completely customized to what they love. And so it's a curated experience that they are going to want to become raving fans, and everybody is going to go and work with the Wild Real Estate team after this. I am always shocked by how often are just not asking for the referral. World, you as an agent are asking for referrals 5 to from pre-contract to close. But you're capitalizing on these really high moments and capitalizing is going to be, hey, it's so great. We're so glad we're done with this inspection. I'm going to go through this report. While I have on the phone, I know you've been thinking about what friends do you know that I can help? What friends do you know that really want to get in a home right now? And you're asking during the contract process. And people are going to be more because you're asking. Because if you don't ask, the likely. So you can create really consistent referral program by just asking. And they've been test driving this. The best script for referrals, friends do you know that are looking into real estate that I can help? What friends of yours can I help? Okay, and then be grateful. This thing is when you actually get a referral and then you forget to, because I know that happens to all of us, we forget to follow up multiple times, and then you look bad to the person who you potentially just lost a relationship there. How are you rewarding your referee? We reward those that send us referrals more than those who have. So as soon as we get the referral, we'll send them Crumbly that day. As soon as we meet with the customized gift card, as soon as that referral goes under contract, gift card, and as soon as they close, we'll send them a Minky blanket or something. And we treat them more highly than we do how we're. And that's where you're going to get more fans. And it's also going to create a system. Know that if I send somebody out to Mikkel, I'm going to get this exact same experience. Good. So depending on, for referrals, it's for, when we sign new agreements with sellers, they immediately get a gift from the team that's provided. But during the client process, it's more team focused. If it's from a referral, okay. You guys have on referrals?
Do you just use your CRM to remember?
Yeah, so we'll either just do calendar invites like, coordinator or assistant can basically just put a referral this day. You're meeting with that referral this day. Please remember to send something out to them. Send something out. And usually we're checking in with the person who referred client to us multiple times as well to make sure from them about us, getting feedback from them.
Have you guys tried the promise script for referral?
Remind me again, I know I have, but what,
Promises. So folks, fire, so realistic. By the time you're done with the listing agreement, the referral agreement, and then you let them know too up front that if you haven't had a couple of names from it soon. I'm botching, by the way.
no, that's done better. Yeah, so we that in standard yet. Some of our team members may feel it's a little manipulative, but I really love that script. And hey, at the end of this transaction, if I did a great job for you, that you send me X amount of clients between now people, and I'll make sure to reward you guys greatly for it. And so we have great conversations from that. Ask it consistently through the process instead of making them, but basically have an understanding moving forward of. Kylie, what were you gonna say? Sorry. Fist bump. Okay, great. Questions that you guys have on touch plan or referral? Yeah. Yeah, making sure that we're curating the experience. So they are from the referrals, they are getting that just limited to that. There are different gifts through the process.
And it's pretty. Each gift could be 200, say, nope.
No, total. Yeah. This is just kind of where we'll wrap up today. Tons more I really wanted to go through, but lead generation has at least the calendar from Jeff Glover and talking through how to build a business through how you're managing lead generation. On that really, but this is the last thing I want to leave you guys with is quote by John Maxwell: motivation gets you going. Have consistency. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how many you receive. If you want to grow, consistency is key. Consistency in lead generation is what's going to build your business. You can lead generate for 10 hours a week servicing, then it better be more than that. If you can dedicate 2 hours or more generation only, not even lead follow closings, anything, lead generation, 2 hours minimum, you will have plenty of business planned. But 2 hours absolute minimum that are doing deals, those that aren't doing deals, it probably should be. Okay, any other last questions you guys have? Okay, awesome. This is my plug. I need you guys all to leave us 5-star reviews on search right now, Wild Real Estate, if you don't mind. Search Wild Real Estate on your phones and then just leave a 5-star review for today. That would be businesses too. So if you guys want to shout yours out, that'd be great. And then too, if you guys doing. That's just a QR code for my contact card. A text, love to get to know you guys better. That's all. Any other last questions you guys have? This is a little MREA. I just thought that really high level, I really wanted this to be executable things that you guys can your calendar right now to be developed or a lead flow business, which is through calls, door knocks, open houses, text, and putting your face in front of other people. Oh, hi, Tristan. Yes.
Someone wants to ask. Can you do this?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'll send you guys a copy of this. You guys can see the calendar at the beginning and some other things. So lead generate for 3 more hours today. Thanks,
you.
guys. Thanks, guys.